be taking place this summer after being postponed last year, of course. So now we have to figure out who's going. Men's soccer action Sunday, CONCACAF semifinal action. Mexico 2-0 over Canada. Mexico qualifies for the Olympics. The other semi saw the Honduras with a 2-1 win over the U.S. The U.S. failing to qualify for the Olympics for the third straight time. ESPN analyst Taylor Twellman.
Another big moment for the United States Soccer Federation on the men's side, and another moment to question whether or not they know what they're doing. The United States men's Olympic team has failed to qualify 4 of the last 5 Olympics. That is pathetic to say the least. And I get it, you were missing your best players because of FIFA rules, and some of the players weren't in season, but all of that noise, that's just excuses. The roster of players that were in Mexico should have qualified. It's simple as that. But to everyone saying to me that the Olympics aren't that important for the men, are you sure about that? Because the last time I checked, the 2016 gold medal game was Brazil versus Germany. Odd how those two countries know how to win, isn't it? Do you know why they know how to win? Because they play in every single tournament that they can play in. And it's something you learn, and you can't learn when you don't qualify. The fact that there are excuses for a team trying to qualify out of CONCACAF is laughable to me, especially one that has every resource at their disposal. So I'll continue the conversation about developmental players and the growth of the American player in Europe. I get it. It's very important, especially for the men's full team to reach the highest level. But I've got one question for U.S. Soccer. What does the scoreboard say? Do you know what it says? You've missed the last World Cup and 3 Olympics on the men's side. So until the scoreboard changes, the narrative continues. Despite all the talk, the United States men can't do it when it counts.
U.S. last qualified for the Olympics in 2008. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Andre Drummond clears waivers. He signs with the Lakers. Drummond taking to Instagram on Sunday, posting a picture of him in a Lakers jersey with the caption, "Back to work." Lakers star players and the front office recruited Drummond and did so hard, selling him on the chance to step into the starting lineup. ESPN insider Brian Windhorst.
Yeah, I don't know how much he'll play when they're fully whole in intense moments, because I believe that the Lakers are at their best when Anthony Davis plays center. But he's so fragile with injuries that you don't want to play him a lot there. So the Lakers haven't invested a lot in their center position over the last couple of years because they know they sort of have that trump card they can go to. So in the interim, Andre Drummond is one of the best rebounders of the last 25 years in the NBA. The guy rebounds at an all-time elite level. And so you will see that definitely make an impact. And he can score. And the Lakers at times, especially without AD and LeBron, I mean, they have difficulty putting the ball in the basket. So short term, getting a guy with that kind of offensive talent, I mean, it can't help to improve them. I don't think it's a game-changing move in the grand scheme of things because like I said, when they're whole, I don't think he's going to be out there when it matters. And if they're not whole, it's not going to matter.
He hasn't played since February 12th when he agreed to a separation with the Cavaliers. Drummond agreed to a buyout in Cleveland on Friday. We had the busy NBA trade deadline last week, then the buyout market. Nets adding 7-time All-Star LaMarcus Aldridge over the weekend. ESPN's Bobby Marks as the rich get richer.
My reaction is tough. That's my reaction to the rest of the 29 teams who are probably griping, and the fan bases in LA or Miami. And as I said, there's no rules, Chris, when it comes to the buyout market. If you have a roster spot and you have a championship level team and there's a defined role for you, you have a significant advantage than every other team. And I think probably the thing with LaMarcus Aldridge which is interesting is that he must have been promised a defined role when you already have DeAndre Jordan there and Nick Claxton, their former second-round pick, who's played real well. And it feels like the Aldridge signing is kind of like, break glass in case of emergency. We get to Philadelphia in an Eastern Conference, in a possible Eastern Conference Finals here. So, yeah, I mean, it's another player. It's an insurance policy here. It's not the LaMarcus Aldridge we saw in 2015-16, but he's still a guy that and give you 12, 13 points, 5 or 6 rebounds here. But yeah, I think if you're, certainly a team like Miami, I think you're disappointed. But as I said, there's no with the buyout market. There's just, you're all on a level playing field, and if you have a championship level team, that is attractive for these players.
Nets, Sixers, Bucks at the top of the list of favorites there in the Eastern Conference. Suns, the number 2 team in the West, and Sunday on the court.
Ball out on top with it. Over to Mikal Bridges for 3. Shazam! Huge hoop. Mikal Bridges making all kinds of plays tonight. Kept that possession alive with the tipped out rebound. Keeps moving and finds him, and he makes the 3. Suns up 95-92.
Arizona Sports 98-7. Suns in overtime beat the Hornets 101-97. 9-1 in their last 10 road games. Lakers a 96-93 win over the Magic, their second straight win without LeBron James. We did crown a basketball champion on Sunday. That's next. Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's Greeny on a 4